Hello, Radiant Soul. Thanks for connecting with me on my channel. I'd really love it if you feel a resonance to like, subscribe, and share with those that you feel that this video could be helpful for. Also, if you'd like to connect with me further, you can through soulplayground.life. Instagram, love to connect with you there as well. And also on MentorCam, you can connect with me also there and ask questions about your path. And all the ways to do so are in the description box below. Okay, so this is a very interesting week coming up. We're going to look at the energies of the week. I'm going to be tuning into the Akashic, also get an energy read. I'll give a bit of a general reading, and then I will also go into each soul story or each stack. You can skip ahead for that if you want. This is soul story number 1, number 2, and number 3. And number 1 is Say No, number 2 is Rebel, and number 3 is Soft. And we're going to get tune in a little bit and see what frequency you're at, what you need to draw in or pull in more of what you want. For some of you, it may be confirmations. And by the way, one thing that I wanted to share, because whether it's my own reading, because sometimes I'll tune into my own readings and pick a soul story, or I'll record something and then maybe weeks or months later, I'll get a hit to go back and look at that. Or other people's readings on YouTube, I'll get a hit, like go watch this reading or go back. It's really helpful right now, and also a way to develop your intuition more and connect in more to your higher self, to see how the readings play out. Like wait a week or two and then come back to it, or wait a month and see how did that unfold for me. Because you're really getting guidance that's coming from your quantum self or higher frequency self, known as your higher self, the area of your soul. And so when you do that, you start getting more and more comfortable with being guided by the higher self, by extending or expanding in consciousness to live more from your higher self, less and less from the ego drive. Our ego will still always be there. It has a very important psychological function, but we don't want to make our decisions by that, and definitely not manifest from the ego, because we're always creating, we're always manifesting. I mean, we're manifestors. That's one of the things we're meant to do here on this planet. And we are creators. We are creator beings. We are the creator cell within the universe. So we're always creating. It just depends on what frequency do you want to create from, and what frequency do you want to draw in or manifest from, right? So very important way to look at that. I'm just trying to see what I did with my cards. Oh, they're there. So it was interesting because I looked back at last week's reading and I chose a soul story, and it played out this week. I mean, it was just amazing. I had this little Frenchie that I, bulldog. Many of you know that I lost my dog Yoshi last year. She was 16. And it was just heartbreak. It was 15 months ago. So I didn't think I was ready, but this dog was just going to require more training that I wanted to do, because it has an aggressive edge with other dogs. But I loved it up and, bought it a new harness and leash and really loved it. But I thought, okay, if this was a different time in my life, I could take this on. But I've got so much on, and I'm going to be moving and a lot of projects I'm doing. And so that piece I couldn't do, but he was great with me, great on his own. But when I would take him out for a walk, he actually nipped a dog. The owner was okay, but he actually bit another dog. So I thought, this is going to require more. So one of the things that's coming in, so I saw this big heart opening happen with this lovely dog, this amazing animal being. And many of you that watch or listen to Awakenings podcast, I went over the story. I won't do it here, but how it all came about, all the signs, all the synchronicities. And we had a Saturn connection. His Saturn is actually on my Saturn, and his Pluto. So I knew there was a destiny. And as one of my amazing friends, Grace, said, sometimes the Saturn connection, the karmic connection, is for a short period of time. It may not be forever or a long period of time. So with that said, you really want to this week, first of all, be very open to signs and symbols and synchronicities. I would keep an intuition journal and read the signs journal, as I call them, like where you're keeping track of the signs and symbols that you're receiving, guiding you and letting them guide you, and then see what happens. How does it play out? Because one of the things that's happening very, very much from now to the end of the year is that your people are really being moved out of their comfort zone, out of the past, and really asked to be showing up in their life more fully and more connected to the soul. So there is a spiritual discernment, like what do I want to take on? What fits in with my energetic pattern? Like for me, with this amazing animal being, this beautiful doggy, I started getting physical symptoms. I actually got a little bit of an allergy from him, which I don't have allergies to dogs or cats. And I had like this panic attack. It was taking on too much. It was like, oh my God, this is going to be too much. This is going to be too much for me to do right now. I don't energetically. So my body was responding. That's another thing. I've been talking about this on my Patreon. I've been channeling it from the guides for years now. And astrologically, it even plays out with Uranus and Taurus. Embodiment, conscious embodiment, embodying the consciousness. We are meant to open up to embody the higher frequency energy, to embody the new emerging consciousness. The body always has been important. That we have been more mentally focused and then emotionally focused, right? The emotional body, which those will still be very important, but really what needs to be more fully connected to and understood is our body, our instinctual awareness, our instinctual messages, our body wisdom, the kinesthetic memory that's held in the body. How does the body respond? Because until you can connect more to your body at this point, you won't be able to connect into your soul through the heart chakra on a deeper level. Because reading the heart chakra is very, very subtle. Like we get the gut knowing, but some people ignore the gut too. They ignore the messages from the gut or ignore the flashes of insight that come through thought forms, activated by our brain. So really pay attention to how your body feels about things. Because like with me, with this beautiful little animal being, I would have just kind of soldiered on and kept on. But I realized, I went into meditation. I realized my body's communicating down the road. This isn't going to work. This is only going to work for short term for me to take care of this dog, no more than a month, because I have that big of changes coming up and what he would be needing. So I accepted my short-term amazing connection and being of service, and I've received so much from being by him. So pay attention this week to your body. What is your body saying? Is it opening? Is it cringing? Is it tightening? Is there anxiety? Is there, panic attacks, panic reactions? A lot of times your panic attacks right now or anxiety reactions for some of you, will be signaling that you're on slightly off track or something's over or something needs to be addressed. So there's going to be a lot of body symptoms in this next level of awakening and ascension. And I've been talking about this in my Patreon Spiritualism and Metaphysics salon. We meet once a month. And these ascension symptoms have come, like people changing their diet, eating less, eating different foods, certain foods that even healthy foods that you just can't eat anymore, you can't stomach, certain people, certain situations, certain music. A lot of people have a lot of sensitivity to their ears right now, ringing in the ears, like a vertigo type thing, feeling very hot, cold, tingling sensations throughout the body, feeling more, tasting things more. Things are amplified, the senses are more amplified. So these are all signs of the next level of ascension and awakening and embodying the new emerging consciousness, that energy. And of course, if things are lasting, you may want to, obviously see a healthcare practitioner, work with energy, work with your energy, work Reiki, movement, Qigong, Tai Chi, breath work. It's a time of increasing our energetic sphere through opening up, through this up-leveling of energy and opening up more to embody the new emerging consciousness and the energy that comes with this new level, a new frequency. It's not just a level, it's a frequency of energy. And so we need support to be able to do this. Okay. All right, let's get to the reading again. Soul story number 1, number 2, and number 3. So this is going to be very interesting. You got say no. Just say no. One day she woke up and decided to say no, and the whole world didn't fall apart. So I'm getting a lot with you with boundaries. You may feel burdened by some things or that you've taken on. I feel like every no leads you to a more authentic yes. Okay, so we're going to just look and see how does this unfold. Then you got the garden and the gate. So see, you're going to be deciding something this week, pondering. Look at her looking out at the gate like, should I go? Should I go out of the gate? Should I stay here for now? What's the timing on things? There's a lot with you, soul story number 1, with timing. Door to romance, anxiety. I'm hearing don't push yourself. Let yourself wind into the new, flow, evolve into the new, but this is not a time to push or make big statements. Some of you may have had experiences with someone, maybe there was some kind of disruption or miscommunication. You know, when we wind out of people or circumstances vibrationally, the new winds in. We don't have to, you know, have these big talks anymore. It's like really understood. There's a winding out, and then the white people come in. You know, that's the shift. Then you pulled paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. So many of you are about to get into a new relationship, or you're in one, or something that's really opening you up on a heart level. Maybe it's a great career, a job, a friend, something is opening you up. So I want to say, if there is anxiety, then look and see what you need to say no to or not right now to. What is the boundary that needs to happen, okay? And, oh, that's interesting. This just flew out. What's the boundary that needs to happen for you? I'm getting a lot with boundaries. I'm getting a lot with not taking on too much. I'm getting a lot with some of you that are in a new relationship, a new situation. Some of you, it's a situationship and you don't want to move out of it. You want more clarity. But I would say accept what is and see where it goes and release the anxiety on it. Let go of trying to control. We can, you know, healthy control can come by our inner boundaries. Like I said, we don't even need to tell someone something. We just, you know, let the call go to the voicemail. You don't have to answer the email or the text right away. You know, you can get centered. You can get settled. Some of you are deciding on a position. You're waiting to hear back from someone, or they're waiting for your answer. Again, get in a centered place. Some of you are overdoing and you've been overgiving is what I'm hearing. All right, let's look at fulfillment of wishes. You've got the 9 of Cups there. So you might be saying no to something, but yes to something else. You've also got the throat chakra. So there is this expansion. And it's very interesting because I chose cards that were all blue. Blue back, blue cover, or blue, purple blue. For throat chakra, indigo, and also for intention. This is the frequency cards. So there's a lot of blue. So where do you need to speak up, or where do you need to connect it to your own personal truth? The throat chakra is really important in this ascension process that we're all in, because it's moving us out of only creating from the solar plexus. There's enough healing of the emotional body through the solar plexus to then connect into more of our personal truth on a soul level. So the throat chakra, when we're integrating the throat chakra or from the throat chakra, there has to be a pretty well healed solar plexus chakra from, healing childhood wounding. And also with the throat chakra, you start getting more into mentalism, more into creating, mentally, on the mental plane through more of intention. So perhaps you're in that. And then 9, you've got the Hermit here. So there's some ending. You're in some kind of transition. You're ending. You're reevaluating your life. There's some perhaps anxiety, or you're noticing what provokes anxiety in you. But there's an evaluation and a reevaluation. You're almost like in your own little mini retrograde or life review is what I'm hearing. You do see that there is happiness, or there is going to be a lot of happiness and wish fulfillment drawn to you. Okay, soul story number 1. And look at this, spiritual union. So some of you, this is definitely about a relationship coming in. Or I would say if you have anxiety about a current relationship, it ends up working out. Or you overcome what needs to come. So there's talks, the universe. Wow, big changes here. And you've got the heart chakra, see? So you've got the heart, the throat. Let's see here. The base chakra. Wow, a lot of healing, a lot of inner work. And then you've got the Empress, and then you've got patience and waiting, 7 of Pentacles. Which sometimes 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Discs, sometimes is, the phrase associated with it is partial success. Because, and again, at the 7 of Pentacles, you are reevaluating what you've done so far. And do I want to go more in this direction or more in this direction? And so there is a level of success, but it's partial because there's more to do. So what I would say for you, soul story number 1, if you have been successful in love or relationship, now you're perhaps looking at career or lifestyle or health or something else. If you've been successful, career, lifestyle, your health is improving, whatever it is, then there is a relationship coming in for you. I do feel a lot of success. You are, God, there's so much in this reading, and this is only a weekly. There's so much for you coalescing and coming together. You've really been planning, strategizing, following through, using your intention, using creative visualization, manifesting technique. You're making things happen. You're building that paradise for yourself and maybe for a special someone, or 2 people have been building something and now they're coming together is what I'm hearing. Let's look at the frequency that you're at. But you're going to have to say no to some things, some people and some things. That's your next step, because you want to stay focused on what it is that you want to create, or that you are creating, that is manifesting, which is you're in a focus of expansion. Let's see what comes out for you. Okay, we got, wow, Gaia. So you've got the World or the Universe card here, right above the Empress. And you've got allowance. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way. So that's also the gate, the opening and observe. So be open whatever comes your way, but then you need to also decide. Openness doesn't mean you have to take on everything or accept everything, right? And then you also have Gaia. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we're infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to the Great Mother and the universe. And this also says allowance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. So you've got expansion here, and also in this card it talks about expansion. So I feel like for you it's about keeping your heart open to experiences, to people, to what you're drawing in, and then decide what you focus on or what stays or what you do with it. So this is not about closing down. It's about how to keep your heart open, how to keep it more engaged in life, and co-creating this amazing next level that you are. Because you have Empress, there's a lot of fertility. You've healed a lot of emotional wounding. You've healed a lot of wounding on self-worth and value. So you value yourself. You're getting support now. There's emotional fulfillment. There's a lot happening on a very, very productive, proactive, expansive level for you, right? That you're going to be experiencing life much more fully. So I would say for you, your next step has to do with boundaries. Don't be afraid to say no. Like I had to say no to that little friendship. I insert myself in this. Though I really loved him and just amazing, had a great connection with him. But sometimes something isn't all the way right, or right for a certain timing. And that no leads us to a better yes, okay? So now we're going to look at the Theta Wave Oracle cards that come out. Undulation, so some things have been moving. So you need to move with the frequency of flow right now. So a lot could come in. Don't take or grasp anything out of fear right now, because if something goes away, or there's a no from the universe, a no from another person, a no from a job, or you have to say no, something that will come in that is a yes. Something bigger and better, something more aligned, something more attuned to you. All right, soul story number 1. Your soul insights mantra is, I am confident that every no leads me to an authentic yes. Or I am confident that every no leads me to my authentic yes. Yeah, please let me know how this plays out, especially in the next month or two, because you've got a lot of amazing change coming up for you, amazing culminations, completion, manifestations coming up for you. And it's all done by the work. This is all work that's put in, and you're much more magnetic. You're just the right amount of electrical magnetic to draw to you, to create this happiness, expansion, joy. Keep playful. When this new relationship comes in, or for some of you it's already here, enjoy each other. You want to be at the frequency of joy, okay? Not work. This is work. Keep it at the frequency of joy. All right, thanks so much for being here with me. I hope you subscribe, get the notifications, share my videos, and I hope to see you in the next reading. All right, now we're going to look at soul story number 2, which you chose the rebel. Your message is, one day she decided to be a rebel and broke free, or one day he decided to be a rebel and broke free. So there is a lot about freeing up. For some of you, I feel like this could be a past relationship or relationship pattern that has kept you stuck, small, not shining enough. And you are definitely, it's so funny, I want to look at this pyrite for you. This is about upping your self-esteem, your self-worth. This is about abundance, prosperity, up-leveling in income, what you bring in. It's also good for business. So I feel like many of you might have been over-focused on someone or something and didn't play it. It played out but didn't pan out, and you're having to release that attachment. You're having to let go of that person. The rebel aspect of you is the part that wants to celebrate your uniqueness. You need to celebrate your life. This is about celebrating your life. This is about going where you're celebrated and not just staying where you're tolerated. I wrote that years ago, I don't know, 7, 8, well, no, longer than that, on Twitter, around 2007, 2009, that we need to be celebrated, and to go not just where we're tolerated, to not go to places where we have to try to fit in. It's good to compromise. It's good to, blend in. I mean, I can be around, and I have been around so many different types of people or social circles. But sometimes we're taught that we need to then morph to fit something or someone's idea of us, or a group's idea. Now, that's so old paradigm. It's really about opening up and remaining you, authentically you, and drawing in people from that place and your experiences. Oh, woman holding a coin. Now this is very interesting. So whether woman or man, however you identify, this is woman or man holding a coin. Woman only because I feel like this is about more tapping into your receptivity. So this doesn't have anything to do with gender. I'm read energetically. But I said, I feel like I want to bring this pyrite into the reading. And now you got coin. So I would say that whatever you're doing right now, the moving forward, but being very receptive to life, being open to receive, there is going to be an increase with whatever you need. And for many of you, it's going to be financially. So many of you may be focused on your financial status or financial situation and what you need to do to up-level that or increase that. Okay, you also got Angel of Balance. This to me has to do about not overgiving and broken heart. So this to me is what I was saying earlier in the channeling part, that you're getting over a past relationship, no matter how long ago it was, or past dynamic of relating or way of being in relationship that held you back. Yeah, there we go, attachment. So there could be issues around codependency in the past. Let's see, you got addiction. Okay, here we go. Codependent obsession, possession, controlling, restraint. So again, this could have been, some form of codependent situation or relationship. You're breaking the pattern or you've broken it. That's the rebel. This could be that well-known dynamic on the spectrum of the narcissist and not narcissistic wounding, because we can all have narcissistic wounding and that heals, but there is a spectrum, of narcissism to narcissistic traits to narcissistic personality disorder. So somewhere on the spectrum, perhaps you are the enabler, the codependent, perhaps the healer, the therapist, the psychic role, the light worker, right? The empath. We know that cycle. So you're clearing that. You're moving on from that kind of attachment or trauma bonding attachment. You're healing. There's this comfort, this confidence that's coming in that's allowing you to move in a different circle is what I'm hearing, a different friend circle that's allowing you to move much more freely on your path. So a lot of healing here in soul story number 2 on the emotional level, the emotional body. A lot of recognition of, and addiction can be, can be substances, alcohol. Yeah, we know the overspending, gambling, that. But it can also be addiction to having to respond in a certain way or having to show up in a certain way. This unhealthy crutch instead of tuning into the higher self and just showing up transparent as is, like, okay, what do I need to do in this now moment? So there can be an addiction to like a formulaic way of living, right? So 2 more. Let me shuffle this here. So you're rebalancing, many of you are rebalancing your divine masculine and divine feminine, how much you'll do, how much you'll give. Let's see where you're coming from. The waiting game, well, 2 of Wands. So whatever you're doing, you're waiting more to see what your decisions need to be. But you're also, this 2 of Wands is a lot about self-mastery. You're not reacting, you're much more balanced. 4 of Wands, achievement, foundation, achievement, coming out with the Wands, and now triumph, success. So seeing more clearly, whatever it is, there's decisions, you're cutting something or someone out, there's decisions to go in a new direction, you're finalizing something, 7 of Swords, deception, envy. But this can also be, I feel like, taking the mask off and focusing more on what it is that you really want to do, not what others expect of you. So you're releasing expectations. I feel that any envy is showing you what you want or where you want to go, and you're freeing up to do that. Many of you are definitely going in a new direction, and that's envisioned here by that Ace of Swords, that 1. Something's over, something's completed, and you're going in a new direction, and you have a new thought process about this next level is what I'm hearing. You've got the Wisdom or the Hierophant there. So some of you could be teachers or teaching or about to teach or going to school. There's something with learning, but this is also the message to connect with your higher self, okay? And to create this next steps or next level through the higher self. Now, also what I get from this card, though, is some of you have maybe felt like alienated or separated out, like, when am I going to connect with my soul crew is what I'm hearing. Peeps and crew. Where are the people that I can hang out with? So you're having to discern with that, Ace of Swords. That 1 is a lot about discerning what's right for me now on this path. What's going to help me move past what I'm in now? What's going to help me co-create? What are the new decisions? Victory and success. So the decisions that you're making this week and the rest of this month, for some of you it'll be the rest of the year, are what is getting you in the new direction. So there's definitely some decisions. Some of you it's writing, it's contracts. Some of you it could be legal, something legal. For a lot of you I'm tuning into, it's something contractual or something that you're either doing online or signing paperwork. You're deciding. Maybe you're telling someone, this is my decision. This is what I want to do, or this is the decision I am making. Okay, and you've got balance twice. You've got Angel of Balance, and then you've got Justice card here. So, because it's so funny, because I was psychically feeling and channeling, the message I was getting was legal dealings, and now we've got the Justice card here. So you're getting your just due, just reward. You're getting just enough to move on, just enough to complete whatever it is that you're doing. There's just enough money. Some of you, if you're asking for sponsorship or some kind of program or something where you're wanting passive income, you will be putting that together. Some of you, it also has to do with grants or the lease. You get the lease, or you are able to change the lease. Or for some of you, it's that you don't want to sign a lease and you're able to now go month to month. Okay, so there's a lot to do contractually or with agreements this month and next week, because I'm doing this Friday, the 15th or 16th. All right, stand your ground, have courage, 7 of Wands. That's it. Once you decide, I feel soul story number 2, you just need to follow through. And then we've got the third eye chakra. There it is for manifesting. So something is manifesting for you. It's putting you on a whole new level. Some of you, this could be marriage coming in, or some kind of engagement, or some kind of, again, finalization of something. So it's either going to a new next level, or you're getting the commitment that you not only need, but want. Or for some of you, not only want, but need. You need that commitment. Don't be afraid to free up. Don't be afraid to go in another direction is what I'm hearing. Okay. Whoa. Ooh, I like how that flew out. Theta wave oracle cards. Communication. Well, that's by the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords portends communication coming up, or communication is very important. Read the fine print. Those of you that are signing contracts, make sure that it's something that you want to do. Don't be afraid to put your own input in. This week, a lot to do with you with communication and clearing the air is what I'm hearing. Now, this could be your own communication by contemplating, by reviewing, by meditation. But for some of you, the communication wires could have got crossed is what I'm hearing, and it's clearing up. Or you had to wait for something, to hear from someone, or for the contracts, or for the job, or you're waiting for someone to contact you, okay? So it's like, wait, but continue to do what you need to do is what I'm hearing. Let's look at the frequency. Healing. Look at healing heart. The frequency of healing. Feel for you too. 443 and 444 hertz with music right now. Music that helps to heal the solar plexus chakra. The heart also. The frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. So you're healing your heart. You're healing from a broken heart or hurt feelings, okay? And that is going to allow you to free up to go in the new right direction for you, okay? And some of you, this could be even just an argument or disagreement, or someone said something or you said something, and the wires got crossed is what I'm hearing. That's what I'm getting by this card. And so it'll be straightened up. But you're healing past ways that you attached, which bonding, we call it, the attachment, by attachment theory, attachment model is changing. So you are doing this deep healing. I would say this week, really focus on your solar plexus chakra, heart chakra, feelings, emotions, you showing up more authentically, being that own rebel, meaning breaking free from the mold of that constricts you or restricts you, okay? So your Soul Insights mantra for this week is, I am truly breaking free to be me. That's it. And it's going to be different for each of you, what you're breaking free from or how you're breaking free. Some of you, it's your own preconceived notions about yourself and about how things should manifest or unfold. Okay, so some of you, this has to do with you. So you're having to be a rebel towards yourself, with yourself. All right, soul story number 2. Thanks for sharing this time with me. And I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. And please subscribe, share, like, and be a part of this community. And if you already are, thanks for being here. All right, let's look at soul story number 3. You chose soft. One day she woke up and decided to live a soft life. One day he woke up and decided to live a soft life. So there is something about softening here and not having to take it all so hard and serious. You're letting go of the hard edge. You're allowing things to more unfold for you before you decide yes or no. So there is this softening of and maybe even for some of you, it's going to be even in your voice is softening. Oh, caring connection. Ooh, that's softening. Oh, some of you, this is about accepting help, being helped, accepting support, opening up. You're opening up more to life and to people, and even those around you. They're noticing. Second chakra, Archangel Ariel. So deep healing also in your creativity, in attracting more of what you need and want and accepting it. This is a lot, soul story number 3 for you, about opening to receive. Softening up to receive and knowing that you don't have to do everything all on your own or alone. Open up to these caring connections, whether romantic or friends. There's a lot of support around you. Man holding a coin. It's interesting because soul story number 2 got woman holding a coin. So finance picking up. Some of you, this could be a new relationship, just like in soul story number 2. You may want to watch soul story number 2. This could be that you're opening up, you're softening to receive the assistance, the support, the guidance, to receive the love, whether in a male body or female body, but you're opening up. This is very much about connecting into your feminine side. And then you've got keys on a ring, many options, decision, unconventional string. Some of you being strung along, one night stand. I don't think it's that for you guys. I feel that this has to do being unconventional and also many options. And so softening up to allow the options. In other words, your higher self is coming through much more, and the guidance is that you don't have to make things happen. You don't have to structure or strategize things so much, okay? That's that hard edge. Like it has to be this way, it has to be that way. No, you're going to have self-inquiry to see, well, what does want to come through me right now? What is my joy? What is this situation about? What is this relationship about? Let me just see where it goes. Okay, whoa, all these cards just falling. Okay, let me see. Let me just see where it goes. Let me just see what happens. Let me just see. Let me just experience this. Let me not try to control everything or everyone. What's the learning lesson in here? You might want to watch my pick a card on what is your soul's learning lesson, which I did this for just what's the soul's learning lesson right now, because we're always learning. Okay, so let me see. So there's a lot of new energy coming in around your soul story number 3. There are going to be a lot of options. And your ego may want to, may not like the ambiguity, may say, okay, let's, 3 more here. May say, oh, we have to nail this down, or what is this about, or where are we going, or where is this leading, or how long is this going to be? And you're really being instructed to kind of just be more in the flow of things, okay? Wow, fulfillment, wish fulfillment. You've got the 9 of Cups there. Creating a new firm foundation with that 4 of Pentacles. Okay, but the less evolved aspect of the 4 of Pentacles is holding on too tightly. So even if there are issues around, I'm hearing settlements, money, security issues, It's saying still let things unfold, okay? The higher harmonic is also of the Four of Pentacles is the ability to go within, the ability to be open to receive what brings security and stability without, like, receive what's put in your hand, but don't hold it tight, you know? You have to open your hand again, so you have to take that out or place it somewhere, right? Okay, we've got Triumph, which is the Chariot. So there is something about moving on. Some of you could be moving house, getting a new car. There's issues around car, transportation, housing. But many of you have been preparing for bigger changes that are starting to come through. And there it is, the Death card, transformation. I knew that. So something is coming in to change, but it's change that's planned for. It's change that's welcomed. Your kind of little nudge or awareness this week is not to try to control it. And there it is, trapped in fear, Eight of Swords. So even if you see, I feel like you can't control this part of your path. So you're just going to have to kind of go with it and soften and trust the universe, trust your higher self, trust that part of you that's guiding you. And then whatever this reading for you is about, there's success, victory, success, Six of Wands. Acclaim, new direction, support. The universe is here. Okay. Soul story number 2 there's a little bit of crossover here. And the heart chakra, an opening. You're going to love where you're going. You're going to love where you're moving. You're going to love this next unfolding, even if it's taking a while for it to manifest. And then we've got rest and rejuvenate. So you've got 2 fours, which is signaling a new direction. It's signaling also increased work, also with that 8. So be more process-oriented, soul story number 3. There may be a lot of work to do. You may be just having a rest right now. Take the time to rest when the times are there. You know, when there's time. You know, I keep hearing allowance, where the time is allowing you to rest and recuperate. A lot to do with the body here with those 2 fours too. So it could be emotional self-care is needed. You're showing up as the eight of Swords, which is, you know, the Eight of Swords also has to do, let's look at the frequency where you're at. A lot of people say self-imposed restriction. Not necessarily. It could be restriction by circumstances. And, you know, we've had this pandemic, right? And a lot of people couldn't fly, or you had to have, you know what I'm saying? So it's, what do you do in times of restriction? Do you collapse, blame yourself, blame everything around you, the world, the universe, the situation, or do you look for ways to have mobility? Again, soften up in whatever restrictions or constrictions are there. There's always an opening. Sometimes it's going deeper within. Again, it's like that saying, when fishermen can't fish, they mend nets. And I always say, because many of you are really good, you're like, I can't do this right now. I can't do A, so I'm going to do B. You know, I can't travel right now, or I can't fly right now. You know, I don't have the money or the funds or the time, or, you know, I want to go to this event, but I have to quarantine for 2 weeks, whatever it is, you know, or I have to wait till my partner is ready to travel. So I say, yes, when fishermen can't fish, they mend nets. And when you've mended nets, go have a cappuccino, go have a coffee, go have a tea. You see what I'm saying? Do something else, because your higher self is guiding everything. Everything is unfolding. And even though many times we feel we're stuck, there's a lot of change that's happening on an inner level, or circumstances are changing, or maybe people that you're meant to connect with, they're in their change, they're in their process, and that could be changing the time frame, maybe delaying it. The frequency you're connecting to is the heart chakra, and then you also got the heart chakra here. Okay, you got the heart chakra here, 4th chakra. And the frequency is the heart. The frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. The healing properties harmonize the mind and body. Well, what is that? Softening. So when we soften, we still have the integrity of who and what we are, what we're about, right? There still is a firmness. There still is firmness. You have a firm foundation. You don't want to make it so firm that it's rigid and constricted, or that it's so rigid that it breaks. So you have a firm foundation. Whatever you're asking about in this reading, whatever you're doing, you have a firm foundation. Now you just need to soften into that foundation, soften to your inner knowing, soften into the higher self, soften into the flow of the universe. That's connecting you to the heart chakra. So that healing energy to soften, open up for that support. Soften into your intuition. So you have a firm foundation. There is that firmness. Your step is into softening. So many of you may be very mentally focused is what I'm hearing, and also very much into the divine masculine aspect of you, maybe very electrical, making things happen, but you have to soften to get the support of that divine masculine coming in, because you're learning to connect more with the divine feminine is what I'm hearing. Some of you, there's a perfect balance of the divine masculine and feminine, and you're just being reminded of that, and then also nudged. Your message is just to soften. All you need is you don't have to hold yourself so strong or hold boundaries or make things happen, or you don't have to try so hard is what I'm hearing. So let's get a message from the Theta wave. I get one here. Whoa, okay, you got 4. Let's look at them. You got treat and insight. Yes, soften into your insight. You're about to be treated. So something amazing, some kind of perk, something is coming in, a gift, something that opens the heart. And again, trusting your insight. Oh, and you got the blank here. And you got escape. Well, that's the 4 of swords here. So just take some time off, do something rejuvenating, go to a spa, go to a retreat, create a spa day at your house or apartment, go for a hike, go sit by the water, a lake. Do something, maybe for some of you, it's like, Amazon, Netflix, whatever, movie, film, going for a walk, going to a movie during the day, a matinee. This is telling me that this has a lot to do with focus. So some of you could be using hypnotherapy, maybe studying it, or meditation is key for you. Something that allows you to soften through relaxing your body. So relaxation exercises, anything that elicits the relaxation response. We call it progress relaxation. I have MP3s that you can download of meditation and breath work on my website, soulplayground.life. Of course, here on YouTube, there are so many great videos on breath work, on relaxation techniques, on hypnotherapy, on music that connects to the heart chakra, frequency of the heart. Use those tools this week to soften into your insight, your inner knowing, to soften into this new level, right? You've got the universe here. There's a new level that you're at, and something is going to be really activating the heart chakra, something emotionally that you really love and or love doing, or you love and love doing, or someone you love, or someone or something. There is a decided shift for you that is based on love. All right. So your soul insights mantra for this week. Wow, I feel this energy. Even my voice is getting lower and lower. It's just that's the energy you need to connect with, soul story number 3. All right, your soul insights mantra is, as I align to the frequency of my heart, I manifest my creations and experience from the heart. So I would say really focus, maybe you want to even pause this video and really focus on the heart, that your dreams, your goals, your desires, at the heart of it, it's the heart of the matter. It's what matters to you. So you're bringing in the heart energy, the heart chakra, the universe. You're aligning more to the universal heart, and you're bringing in the heart energy more into what you want to do and what you want to experience. And that's because you're allowing yourself to soften. All right. Please let me know how this resonates. I would love you to be a part of this community. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would love that. And please, if you feel a resonance, like this video, subscribe, share it with those you feel that would be of resonance and that it could assist on their path. And I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch my video and to share if you do comment below. Much peace and so light, and I'll see you in the next reading.